proposing. Welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. It is your BBB, and in today's video we are actually going to get to know me a little bit more. Now guys, thank you so much for continuing to be on this journey with me, and I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that has watched my Smile Jamaica TV interview. It was very fun, it was very entertaining, and if you did miss it, you can look at it up there. Now, for my very new subs I have gotten, I want to say thank you so much for being on this journey with me. For my regular subs, I always have to say I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for continuing to reach out to me. Now, what I actually did was I did the usual. I sent out on all my social medias, what do you guys want to know? And so one of my friends actually, yes, I'm outside, as you can all see. One of my friends actually brought all the questions together and they actually gave it to me. So I will apologize from now if you hear any noise. If you see me flashing because I'm outside, you know that I'm outside. So we're going to jump right into it. So it's quite a lot of questions, and if you see me looking down, I'm actually using my other phone because, you know, brain damage and all of that, not remembering stuff. So the very first question is, what is my middle name? And my middle name is Lorraine. Have you tried to have sex since your accident? Yes. My relationship status, it is a status, that's just about it. Based on the accident, will you ever walk again? You know, I've actually struggled with this question, and I've asked my doctors a lot of times if I will ever walk again. And the answer is yes, I will walk again. It's just that I'm not going to walk in the time frame that I set for myself. Yes, I know some people might say to me that I shouldn't have set a time frame, but if you knew me before my accident, I'm a go-getter. So staying in one place too long, not my very best friend at all. So if you forgot, in December of last year, I really wanted to walk by the end of December. If you missed that video as well, you can look at it up there. But after going to my orthopedic surgeon, I was banned from walking again for another 6 months. Do you plan on having kids? Yes, I do. How old will you be on your next birthday? Well, my next birthday is the 2nd of June, and I will be 35 years old. How is your family coping between the accident and now? Okay, so talking to you guys today, it's almost going to be 2 years since my accident. That has been the strongest support through all of my accidents. That is emotionally, physically, financially. And so between that time to now, I mean, we've grown a lot as a family, because then, you know that saying, once a man, twice a child. I've literally lived it, and I've always said that to you guys, because my mother had to really take care of me, and my father did his part. You know how men are. My father did his part, and occasionally he would come and rub me down and hug me up more, and I didn't get that before my accident. So I must say that that very tight relationship that me and my parents always shared has gotten even tighter. How is your support system now as your recovery progresses? To be honest with you guys, my support system, just like the friends and associates I had when my accident happened, it has dwindled down a lot. And what I always say to people is that not because my accident happened and I died and came back and I went through all of this, I expect that their lives have stopped in order to facilitate me, in order to be there for me. I never expect that from anybody. The thing is, what I've realized is that as I recover and the more I get better, it's the less people become available. And it's slowly going back to, you know, being the one that people depend on to get through their bad days, to get through their depression, to call me when they need something or they need information. So the support system has dwindled down, and I have lost more people out of my life and out of the support system. But at the end of the day, the real ones will always stay. With all the metal in you, are you able to go through metal detectors? I am not. When I was fixed and I was released from the hospital on July 30, 2019, my doctors actually said to me, I can't go around electronics too long. So if I go into like a court, I have to just go in and get out. I can't go through metal detectors because even though it would sound because of the metal, I will also feel a lot of pain, and they don't know what type of pain that's gonna be. So what I have to do, if and when I decide to travel again, I will have to get a letter from my orthopedic surgeon, which I have to give to the airport officials that I can't go through the metal detector, and they really have to find another way to search me, pat me down, I guess. How has it been since being blind in one eye, and will the other one go blind too? At first, it was very nerve-wracking because I was told initially that I will eventually go blind. And so that was the whole reason why I didn't do a surgery on my retina, because the retina is actually damaged, the lens is damaged, and also I have a macular hole in the back of my eye. It made no sense to do the surgery because they said as I healed, I would eventually go blind. So I just gave myself enough time. However, unfortunately, on June 12th when I woke up, June 12th, 2020, when I woke up, I was blind. Thought it was for, a couple of hours like normal, but I could not see after that day. In the beginning, it was very nerve-wracking because then I didn't have a lot of time to process. What I was already processing was the fact that I would eventually go blind, but not that I'm going to wake up one morning and be blind. The only thing I really think about or mentally prepare for to wake up and change is the accent, really. Hoping that it's not a different language like Mandarin, but the Jamaican dialect. Will the other one go blind too? I have no idea. I hope not, but we will see. And if it does go blind, I guess, I'll be another blind girl on YouTube. The hand in your Instagram post, is that your new boo? I don't know what hand you guys are talking about, but let me know in the comments what specific post or hand that we're talking about. Well, I think I've kind of answered this question already, but I'm gonna say it again. So, you said you have lost a lot of friends since your accident. The ones that are left, are they still there? The ones that were left after my accident, they are all not there. Some have fallen off the train, as I said previously. I mean, as I said, as I get better, things are kind of going back to normal with my different circles that were left. And I mean, life is still happening, and so I really didn't expect it to go back to normal, because at the end of the day, my whole life changed and this is a new normal. So you would believe that people were there supporting you out of the goodness of their heart, but then now I kind of feel like some of it may just be pity, and not the fact that, okay, if this was me, deana-rae would have been there no matter what. What is happening with Joe Grind? Okay, so for those who don't know Joe Grind, you can watch that video up there. But Joe Grind is actually a friend's brother of mine. He actually just woke up when he was about 19 years old, unable to walk, unable to talk, and MRIs, CAT scans, everything could not point to the fact that what was happening to him. In the latter part of his years, because when I met him, he was 26 years old, they found out that his family suffer from seizures, and so he had a seizure one night and he woke up like that. And so what I did was I actually spoke to my physiotherapist, which is you all know and love him, Kevin Christie, and we took on that challenge to actually help him to move better, to actually work with what he has. And I will actually be doing an update with him pretty soon, so you guys can see, we can make a comparison between where he was before and what the last couple of months working with Kevin is like. How is business? That's a very broad question. But regarding the businesses that I've actually explained to you guys, business is what it is. I am an accountant by profession, and you guys know it's tax season, so I'm doing all the filing for all my clients because I refuse to have them paying any interest. And as you guys know, if you do not know, if you are in Jamaica, or if you're not in Jamaica but you actually file your taxes every year, you have until March 15, 2021. When will the foundation be launched? Well, the foundation is still in its initial stages, but it's further than where it was when I first talked about it. Um, we're currently, finalizing the paperwork, getting the donors in, the shareholders in. So actually launch it. It will be launched properly. Everybody will have access to it, and everybody that needs the services of the foundation will be able to get what they need. How do you feel about being banned from walking for the second time? I feel horrible. I feel very horrible because, and I mean, everybody recovers in their own time, but I feel horrible because I push myself in order to ensure that I can walk. And what I've always said is that mentally, if I'm not okay, my body is gonna wonder, is today a day? Should we heal today? So I try to keep my mental space as positive as possible. So at all times, my body will say today is a healing day. And I pushed myself and I pushed myself and I did everything that I possibly could. I listened to all the doctors and I pushed myself to walk, and I was banned again because the left femur refuses to heal. So I still feel horrible about it, but I don't feel that horrible. I mean, over time, you have to just accept things for what they are, and you have to always remember the things that you can control and the things that you can't control. And what I can control is my reaction to being banned from walking, I guess. What will happen if your femur doesn't heal? That's a great question. I have asked that question, and what will happen is that, well, I was banned until June, so I'm supposed to be on crutches until June, and that should foster some growth. However, my orthopedic surgeon said that if my femur is not healing or there is no sign of new growth, it means that I will have to do another surgery. And that surgery can include inserting bone marrow into the breakage, or it can include putting additional metal on both ends in order to pin the bone properly, because right now the titanium bar is not on the side of the bone, it's inside of the bone. So they have ruled out like lead poisoning and all of that. So yeah, we just have to keep our fingers crossed that it's healing, and you all can always pray for the foot. I always welcome prayers. Has the brain damage gotten any worse? Honestly, I can't tell you guys whether or not it's gotten worse. What I can say to you is that I don't have more headaches than normal. So I'm going to use that as a means to answer the question and hold my head accountable. I'm supposed to do an MRI every 3 months. Y'all know I'm not doing that because it costs an arm and a leg and it's corona time. So yeah. But I don't think my brain damage has gotten any worse because I haven't seen any additional symptoms besides what has already been there. I saw you on Smile Jamaica and you're beautiful. Thank you. And I love the accent. But would you want to speak Jamaican again? And if yes, why? Yes, I would want to speak Jamaican again if it would help me to understand Patois, because currently some of the words when somebody talks to me in Patois, it goes over my head. So I have to try to decipher what it is that they're trying to say. So if I woke up and I'm able to speak the Jamaican dialect fluently without any issues, then that would be lovely. Only if it helps me to understand persons when they're talking to me. If it's not, then it can stay, because really and truly, I love the customer service that I get with this accent, and I like that people treat me differently. I know it's bad, but yes, people do treat me differently because of how I sound and because I have to walk with the crutches. So I like that type of life. I'm sorry, I do. Are you happy in the new normal? I guess everybody's definition of what happiness is different, but for me, I am happy. I'm happy because every day I get to get up, and if I wasn't supposed to be here, then I wouldn't wake up. I have the little few people that I have around me keep me grounded in every which way. So I am happy in my new normal. Any resolutions for 2021? To walk. Do you have any plans to have like a motivational event so you can touch more lives? You know, it's funny that you actually asked that. And it's 876 new girl. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah, you're thinking along my line. I do plan on having such an event. I'm still working out the schematics of it because I have to take into consideration the whole pandemic and actually reaching an audience on a large scale. Do you have any surgeries left? Tentatively, for sure, I know I have 3 surgeries. I have 2 surgeries to do on my eye, and that's cosmetic surgery just to get the eyelid straight and to remove this flesh right here. So that's going to be 2 surgeries, and the surgery for my leg if my femur doesn't heal. What are my fears now? Not being able to walk properly, because I think one of my foot is longer than one. That's one of my fears. I don't think I have that much fear, because then everything that I would have feared before, I found a solution. Like, if I'm not able to have a child, there's always adoption, and there's so many kids everywhere. I can just pick one up. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna pick one up, but everything that I would have feared initially, I've now found a solution. I think my only fear now is walking properly, like without a limp, and being able to move, not back to normal, but as normal as possible. Do you get criticized that your accident is stale? Yes, I do. I mean, I don't know how an accident can be stale, because then I'm still initially recovering. But yes, I have had persons reach out to me and they've commented on my interviews that my accident is stale. Nobody needs to hear about it anymore. Nobody cares about it anymore. I lived, so why should I even care? And I just look at the comments really, and just look. There's nothing I can do because I'm not responsible for people's perspectives, and everybody has the freedom to their own opinion. I know that my accident is never going to be stale because, one, if I cry, I only cry from one eye. I'm still not able to walk as yet. I'm still not able to do a lot of things. I can't even bend down on my own without feeling pain. So no, my accident is never going to be stale to me. But it is stale to some people. All they really do or don't have to do is just don't watch me. Do you get annoyed at the same questions every time about what you're going through? Sometimes I do get annoyed if it's like the same person asking me the same question. Overall, no, I'm not annoyed, because then no matter how much people watch my YouTube channel, no matter how much people follow me on social media, no matter how much people watch the television and actually say where I've done an interview, there's still people that don't know what happened, that are still fascinated of what happened, and are still looking at me puzzled when they see me with my crutches or with my cane. They're still puzzled about it. I have no problem telling people because I am a walking miracle, and if people don't like that, that's not my problem, really. So we're at our final question. Thank you, Jesus. If you are unable to work, how do you and your family pay for the medical bills? My parents. All of my medical bills up to this date have been paid by my parents and whatever savings I had initially when my accident just happened. But my parents are actually the ones that have been footing the bill, and so I mean, sometimes most of the times it let me feel some type of way because, you know, the whole independence thing and who I am and what I need to achieve. But without my parents, I actually would not have been at this point where I can talk to you guys and tell you guys that my parents are still here supporting me. I also have different colleagues and different friends that have also assisted in whatever way that they can in order to sorry. So I also have friends and associates that have assisted me in whatever way that they can, financially as well. And I mean, they don't need public recognition, but they know that I'm eternally and always grateful. And they don't just expect that, hey, because I help her financially, then I'm going to expect anything from her. No, they actually do it out of the goodness of their heart. And I must say to all those people, because they watch my videos every week, thank you so much for always supporting me, whether that's financially, socially, emotionally, mentally, in whatever way. I know that there are many people that would want to reach out to me, but for some reason, you still can't come to terms with like how I look or what I'm going through. And I understand. what I ask for you to do is, of course, watch my YouTube videos to the end, and also continue to pray for me, because I like being in prayers. And somebody told me the other day that they believe that the prayers that my parents and everybody around the world is actually giving me is what is helping me to recover, and I truly believe. So guys, that was I'm tired. That was my get to know me video for today. I hope that if you have reached this far, remember to hit the like button. Remember that you can comment. Remember to share the video with your mother, your father, your uncle, the lady down the street, your grocer, everybody. I want to thank you so much for always supporting me. I am coming with some very awesome content that you really do not want to miss. So ensure that you hit the notification bell. And so guys, I will see you in the next video. Mwah.